welcome to episode 2 of That Range Life. I'm Bill Bush of DriveRangeHeroes.com fame, everybody's favorite golf website. With me, as always, Chris McEwen of ChrisMcEwen.com. Find him on YouTube, where you can find all of his musical editorials and tutorials. My mistake. Just kidding. Chris is learning how to play guitar on YouTube, he says. But more importantly, you can find all of his video content, ranging from equipment reviews, course reviews, sitting around his house bored talking about golf content, and all episodes of That Range Life, a show sometimes about golf. Chris, how are you today?
I'm great. Happy to be here. We did it. We put 2 shows in a row together.
No, we've started to actively work on 2 in a row. We've only posted 1.
You're right. Well, when this one's up, it'll be officially 2 in a row.
Plenty of time. Yeah. Let's jump right into things, since everybody's now obviously watched our first show. They don't need to explain what this is about. I'm going to be honest with everybody, because it was a weird week. I put together some notes, so we at least had some things to talk about instead of me rambling on about my or your favorite band and about 20 minutes on the latest golf equipment I'm interested in. But you never know, I might still do that. So I got a couple of things from you this week. One specifically that caught my attention was you either retweeted or commented, I don't know, but it was a video where they did the whole Jimmy Kimmel, I don't know what he calls it, but where he lies to people and they pretend they know what he's talking about. You posted this video where they were doing it at the PGA merchandise show last week.
Yeah.
Want to talk about it?
Yeah.
Maybe
So
put
Kimmel,
a link somewhere. I don't know how YouTube does that. Maybe you can figure it out, but
yeah, figure it out. But yeah, so Kimmel does a thing called Live Witness News, where they make up a news story and then they go onto the street and they ask people about the fake news story. And of course, people are like, oh my God, I couldn't believe that happened. I did read that. They kind of pretend to know that, they go along with the story as if it's a real story and actually comment on it. And it's funny. I mean, usually the stories are ridiculous or whatever, but so Golf Digest did something similar at the PGA show, and they went around and they were asking people about equipment that doesn't exist. And they were actually using the names of like Harry Potter's wand and the like one of them, the rockets that Elon Musk launched, whatever it was last month. And so they're using all these names that sound like, okay, they could be a driver, it could be a whatever. And yeah, it's such a, so I tweeted it and said that it's okay to say, I don't know, I've never heard of that, but it's such a kind of golf Twitter media content thing for people to be like, oh yeah, it's great. I love it. I hit it. Like people were saying like, oh yeah, I hit that one at the range and it was amazing. And whatever, like it's okay, everybody, to not know everything there is to know about equipment or anything else. Like you don't
have to be first to the party either. Like we get it. We're all deep inside into golf industry. Like relax, bro. The one that caught my attention, I thought was hilarious. And I don't remember what the name they used was, but they said it was a new Srixon ball. And like benefit of the doubt, this guy like had it confused with the new Q-Star that came out. Sneak peek review coming on our site on that soon. Tommy's gonna bring it to Florida and play golf. Tough life, right? Yeah, it must be nice. I'll be slipping on the ice in my driveway instead. But the guy was like, "Oh yeah, I hit it. It might be one of the it's one of the feeling balls I've ever hit." And I haven't actually gotten to play around with it yet, but I was hitting it on the range and I really loved, which by the way, like I'd love to know what range this random guy at the merchandise show is hitting this ball on.
Right.
And I really like to check that. Oh boy. That was a good one, but it was rough. Maybe that's how you should tell people to get to it. By the way, you tweeted it. They just go to @Chris McEwen on Twitter.
There you go.
Shameless plug there.
That's right.
Find it somewhere in your always busy timeline.
That's right. Just
click the link over to those, or they could just go, I guess, to @Golf Digest. I think
you could do that. I suppose.
Yeah, I don't care. I mean, I hate to give someone else the clicks, bro. I don't care.
All right, something I read that I didn't tweet about though moving over to kind of our next topic was this. It was a CNBC article, and I don't know. I just kind of found it interesting where they were talking about, the millennial impact. Everyone talks about the millennial effect and everything because there's so many of them.
Hey, be careful. Aging. I'm a millennial. Tommy's a millennial.
Really? Okay.
So
it's your people, right?
I want you to choose your words wisely.
Am I I didn't know. I realized I was the elder amongst this whole group because Josh, my cameraman's a millennial. So maybe I'm a millennial by proxy. Maybe,
no, you're I refrain from making you're the old man jokes too, because one, you don't wear the old man soul. Two, I'm getting older. Like that joke stops getting funny and starts hurting a little. So I don't do it.
So anyways, CNBC posted the story and they had some interesting data to it. And there is this annual study that was done by the National Golf Foundation. And it was like, I think participation in golf increased like 36%, year to year or something like that. And the ages is of between 18 to 39. So that may be, that's not all millennials, but there was, I think they said something to the effect of like 15 million millennials or something, but the way that they're defining golf is different than what I think most of us kind of think is golf, right? So they're talking about just playing any sort of game, and the uptick obviously is the Topgolf and the simulator game. Like that's where millennials are going to play their golf. They're not necessarily going to the golf course. So I just kind of thought that was pretty interesting.
Okay, so one of the other things I want to talk to you about, made a note, and I know I pointed it out to you. I think you watched it, was the European Tour, the GOAT, in my opinion, the GOAT of online golf content. It's always great. Did a challenge with Andrew Beef Johnston and Victor Hovland at the Omega Dubai Desert Classic. Is that what it's called? Did I get that close enough?
Right.
And essentially they had 14 balls with a club in a bag, a club on the, listed on it. And they had to play the 18th hole, draw the ball to see what club they had to hit. So Beef tees off with a lob wedge. I think Victor Hovland drew 4-iron first, something like that. Yeah. But watching these guys play that hole, a par 5, which I'm like, you mulligans and I can use whatever club I want. I'm still going to have like a 32 on the hole. And to see these guys play as well as they did and like come up with the shots they came up with was fascinating and really interesting. But more interesting to me was watching how they interacted. I don't want to give too much away. I want to let people go watch it and enjoy it for themselves. But man, it was so funny to me. And Victor Hovland, I feel, is just like the nicest, happiest guy in the world, just happy to be here. So I'm not surprised. But him and Beef were, I thought, electric. What do you think of it?
They were. I thought it was so fun. I watched the entire thing with a smile on my face. I mean, from the start. I mean, first of all, I think we talked about a little bit, kind of off the air, if you will, that
off the air.
The European Tour does do that stuff so well. And I think part of the reason is the creativity around it. But the other part of it is like the players are just such, I don't know, they have such bigger personalities than I think. Like who could do that? Who do we enjoy watching as much as those two from the American side? Like I don't know. I don't know anyone that's like that funny and fun loving as Beef and Victor. Like those guys were having so much fun. That was the part that it was so enjoyable. Like, yeah, anyone can do that, but like, I don't know. They really kind of drew me in with their kind of personality and just how much fun they were having.
I think it's a good point about the Americans, the equivalent, if you will. Yeah. I think Ricky Jordan and Justin Thomas get away with it. And think of their spring breaks they go on.
Sure.
I think they get away with it.
Yeah.
I think you have then the like Max Hamas or Homa. I don't even know how he says it because I know, like, I basically know him as a Twitter guy. Anyway, him,
right.
Grayson Murray, these guys who like are these American guys who kind of just take it easy a little bit, have more fun with it, and don't take the game so serious, and just the amount of disgust that people expressed toward them over it. You know, it is interesting where over there it's so celebrated. I'm not saying it's not celebrated at all here, but
Right.
yeah, the dynamic personality seem much more embraced in my opinion.
Yeah.
And I love it. Do you remember these were like 2013, but the videos they were doing where they would do the shot challenges with a bunch of guys and they were hitting clay pigeons in Dubai. They were, I forgot where it was, but they were skipping balls across a river and trying to hit a gong set up in the middle of the water.
That's right. I do remember that.
I should that'll be a blog post. I just collect my favorite old European tour videos people missed. Other viral, it went viral. Full-fledged went viral. Sure. Was what people are affectionately dubbing the Tiger Woods driving range porn. Just right. Be careful what you Google. That's what I'm saying, right? Maybe Google, Tiger Woods driving range session fast or something like that. But in short, it was Tiger Woods' whole driving range session, start to finish, edited so each shot just clipped together like a semi-automatic golf shot. Yeah. And watching it go through, each club and the sound coming off of it was, magical. I don't know how else to put it.
I know it's one of those weird things where I watched it more than once just because it was just mesmerizing. Like it was just
I felt like quote unquote growing up, the way I would explain to people like the perfect sound of a golf club was if you watch TV and you saw Luke Donald hit like a perfectly crisp shot out of fairway with one of his Mizuno blades. Like that is like the perfect classic golf shot sound. And then I saw this video and I'm like, game over. This is, if you want to capture golf perfection it's something like 26 seconds. It's like 52 shots in 26 seconds. This thing is it. All right. Only other thing I kind of want to draw attention to, and more because this just came up for me. Have you ever heard of Breakthrough Golf Technology putter shafts?
I have one.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. All right. I had one. I think it was on, what putter did I put it on? But I had one. I had one of the originals.
So I too have that one. And then recently they released the Stability Tour. Okay. Which is, the feedback was, tour players wanted something smaller profiles, closer weight to what they were used to, but they wanted the same performance. Okay. And so I still have the putter with the original one in. I put this because of how much I like the original one, but I too was kind of, that's a little too big, a little too heavy, but for a rainy day, it's still around. Yeah. I was like, I'm going to put this in a putter like I really like, but don't necessarily feel great with out on the course, and we'll see what happens. Loved it. So they recently came out with a different color of the original one. And I went, do I need this? No, not necessarily. But let's just say this week, I'm going to have my third Breakthrough Golf Technology putter shaft getting installed into a putter. That's, and what I was, so they definitely have performance benefits and value. Agreed. But a nice little added bonus that I found, say you get like a cool custom putter made by somebody. Excuse me. It's the season. You get a nice cool custom putter made by somebody. You could spend $10,000, get Damascus this, whatever, right? Yeah. And then you get it back. You love how everything looks. You go bring it to the court. This thing feels like shit. Sad with it. This is horrible. Devastating. Now, some people just go flip it at a loss. It'll just sit in the back of the basement. Right. That's the category I'd fall into. Like, oh, great putter, but I suck with this thing. I'm heartbroken. Throw it in the corner. I'm done with it. Well, then these shafts, these putter shafts from Breakthrough Golf Technology have come around. I'm like, it's almost like I can rediscover these putters that were close, but not quite right. So, albeit they are an expensive investment, you can justify it with, wait a minute, this is $10,000. My beautiful Damascus, one of a kind, hand shaped by Byron Morgan himself. I don't think Byron would charge you 10 grand for that putter. Anyway, it's sitting in the corner. Well, you know, for $200 to $300, you're getting that performance benefit. You're all of a sudden getting that investment back out of the corner and on the course. This thing's just, the brilliance in it is it's like salvaging these old putters for me. Taking these putters that I like but just couldn't click with, all of a sudden it's a whole new putter, and they're I don't know if you remember, but I felt like they were borderline effortless.
Yeah.
To make a good stroke with.
It's I think the exact same thing you do, where I love the technology behind it, and it made me putt better, and the profile was kind of out of whack just from a traditional sense. It just seemed like it was weird. And from the pictures I've seen of this next version, they've certainly fixed that. It's a much more kind of, however you want to call it, just like more traditional looking sort of putter shaft.
No, see, you're thinking of the one that's already out, Chris, the Stability Tour.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
Right. So, but the next one, it's just the original one again. This is the one thing I'm wondering why they did it this way. They did the new color in the old model. You can still only get the Stability Tour. And this is where we're losing a lot of people. Like, hang on, I'm not this much of a golf nerd. I don't care. Anyway, it's like, oh, I wish they did the Stability Tour, though I guess they're similar colors. Either way. So the new model is only available in the new color is only available in the standard model. Okay. That said, I used the name once. I sent a Byron Morgan that I had made years ago that like I was so excited about. I brought out the course. I'm like, oh my God, I can't putt with this thing. And I've tried to bring it out a few times. It just never clicked. So I strike gold a third time with these guys, and it magically brings that putter back to life for me.
That's awesome.
So anyway.
Are you going to write something up on the old website for that? Or have you already?
Of course. Well, I have the post started. I have a great idea, and I've done 0 words. So yeah, I'm already on my way. Clear on my way. But no, I think it's pretty much more in-depth version of what I just said, but how like, I thought these were kind of a gimmick, and we'll see how much difference can it make. I'm like, all right, I'll drink some of this Kool-Aid. It's not bad.
Yeah.
If you ever want to try this Stability Tour, let me know. We'll let you try it.
Yeah, I'll give it a run.
Right. Next week's show, you're going to be in the Dominican Republic, I believe, you're leaving Sunday.
Yeah, I'm fleeing the country.
Don't blame you. Oh no, people are going to take that as a political statement just because it's cold and miserable here right now. That's it. You're fleeing the country.
Right. I'm going to go to a beach for about a week. And chill out.
So the goal is we're still going to try to have a show of somebody else on in your place. Don't know who, but if we don't, we don't. I'm sure our 20 viewers will be very upset. Well, 18, because 2 of those are us making sure the video works.
It's actually 22. It's 22 now. 22 plus us. So I'm sure, our parents are doing their parental job and watching.
I wonder if my parents even know. That's the funny part. Yeah, mine definitely don't. But so yeah, we might have somebody else on. We may not, but we're gonna try to get a show out and keep this thing rolling. And hopefully people will continue to watch and show interest. I've gotten some decent feedback. I think the people who figured out how to take the show for what it is are fine with it, but my goal is to get us to a point where enough people are watching, we just start getting roasted for how bad it is. And that's that.
Nothing new. Nothing new for me anyways.
Fair enough.
Right.
All right, man. Well, have a good trip, and I will talk to you sooner than 2 weeks. But like I said, our viewers, we'll see you in 2 weeks.
Sounds good, man.
All right, buddy. Have a good one.
All right. See ya.